Hello, hello. I hope you're doing great and welcome to Fafabiotic page. Today is the first anniversary of Fafabiotic biggest failure so far, and I decided to celebrate that. Let me share with you what actually happened 1 year ago exactly today. You see, when I decided to incorporate live cell of bacteria into a skincare and using bacteria as functional ingredient instead of chemical or botanical ingredients, I knew one of the main challenges I have to overcome is how to keep these microbes, these bacteria, alive from the time of manufacturing to time of use in a skincare product. In order to do that, I came up with the Bloom concept. Bloom concept combines three different disciplines together in order to keep the bacteria alive from time of manufacturing to time of use. We rely on drying technology to keep the bacteria alive, shelf stable from manufacturing prior to initial use. But we also have the Bloom media so that right before you start using the product, you can record the physiological activity of these dry bacteria so that they can function the way that they're supposed to function when they go on your skin. We also have this carrier, whether it is a lotion, cream, you name it, so that you can spread these active and alive bacteria on your skin properly. So we had all aspects of Bloom concept already figured out, and we did all of the experiments to know what drying technique we need to use. After we knew what bacteria we want to use, what will be in the Bloom media, what will be the lotion formulation, and we did all of the testing to make sure these are all working really nicely together. The next step was how we are going to package all of these things together so that when the customer receive them, they have easy way of mixing these three parts together in the order that they should be mixed. That requires having a specific type of packaging. So what I had in mind initially was this pouch that has three segments, and you can push the ingredient from one segment to another segment and just go through the process all in one package and apply that product onto your skin on demand when you need it. With that in mind, I contacted a company that I knew they had the capability of making those pouches and the dividers that I needed. My concept was out of the box in a way, all custom made. And when I was talking to that company, they sounded like this is doable. This is, like in a way, piece of cake, to the point that immediately they start talking about the artwork and art design of the package. Have that in mind that when they wanted to work on the artwork, they needed these plates, the color plates, and each color plate is like few $100s. And they would charge me for all of those color plates, non-refundable. I didn't actually question it because the way that this whole collaboration and project was moving forward, I was under the impression that we don't have any technical difficulties here. The only thing would be, can they put the artwork on these pouches that I want? They are like that, okay, by mid-July, you're going to have your product. And I'm talking about 2024. 1 week before we get to mid-July, I contacted them saying that, hey, everything is okay. Would I receive my product, like by next week, which was the original deadline for it? Really casually, they said that there is one part that we are, not the glue that we are waiting for, and your project now is postponed to beginning of August. Okay, have that in mind. 2 weeks for me sounded like forever because I've been self-funding everything. I cashed out all of my 401k and I put enough cushion for myself so that within like 3 months from the time that I receive everything, I would be selling the product and I will have some revenue. So money was really, really, really tight. So 2 weeks would actually make a huge difference. First week of August, I was on my vacation. I received one email from the head of the technical team that they had, just one line saying that your project is really challenging and we don't know what to do. We are going to send you a sample. And that's it. They dropped that bomb after 4 months of being cricket and just pretending that everything is going well, and they were only waiting for the glue to finish my project. Seems that internally they had this miscommunication and they completely dropped the ball. So I was like, maybe it's not as bad as I think it is. I got, okay, send me the sample. And as soon as I get home, which would have been a few days after that phone call, I'll check everything. We came back home. I received the sample. Beautiful. The artwork was amazing. I actually kept several of them so that few years from now, I can go back and look to see that what the mistakes in a way that I have made, like along the way. So I started testing it. And from the functionality perspective, those pouches, they weren't working. So August 18, 2024 was the day that I basically call it quit from that concept. I thought I'm calling it quit on Fafabiotic. It was like, I really need to find a job. I cannot see the path forward. I really don't know what I'm going to do. And at that point already, I have even presented that concept to one of the biggest conferences that I go every year. And it just that the failure, it was from all different angles. Failure on myself, like on my own, that why I didn't listen to my gut feeling, why I didn't double check with them, and that maybe I'm a really bad businesswoman, that I did not actually evaluate this company within the eye of Fafabiotic. I knew them in the previous company that I was, but I never reevaluated them within the eye of Fafabiotic. A big failure in my mind needs to find, like a new turn, and what will be the new concept for the packaging concept of Fafabiotic. So I did a lot of prototyping. The good thing was that I knew the scientific part. I knew the basically the whole bloom concept, how it should look like. But the packaging part of it would be completely different. And I came up with this new concept that maybe the probiotic and the blue media, they need to be in a separate bottle. And then I need to have the lotion in a 2-chamber, and one extra step for customer to transfer the bloom probiotic into the lotion chamber. But that was the risk that I was willing to take. When I noticed that, yes, this is working, then I went and I started to look into line of credit, and I was able to secure some, in a way, cash to be able to address my cash flow issue and be able to now order all of these new packaging that I needed in order to launch Fafabiotic first products. Honest, I forgot it until today that I had it on my calendar that today is the anniversary of the day that I thought there is no Fafabiotic. I'm sharing all of these to say nothing is always rosy and nice, especially when you are having your own company as entrepreneur and a small business owner. You're facing a lot of failure every day, and few success really. If we want to share all the failure, we need every minute of every day to talk about that. But the success is so rare that, like, you think that people, they will have more um patience for it to listen to you, because, like, it just happens really rarely. So if you are in middle of launching something new, trying something new, and you feel a stuck, you feel this is the end of it, you feel that everybody is showing all of this success and you're failing constantly, just know that everybody is in the exact same boat. Everybody. What makes you different and what separates you from others is to keep standing up, to keep showing up, to keep finding a solution, and to keep moving forward, and to also know that when to call it a quit, when to know that this concept, this idea, this path is not my path, and I do need to find a better way or a different way in order to get to the goal that I have. All it's in a way teaching me to enjoy the success as small as it is when it's happening. If you want to wait until everything is perfect and you get to the points that you wanted to get, first of all, you never get there, because success is combination of gazillion small things, and it never, like, happens as one big thing. And if you don't train yourself to stop, take a look, enjoy every single step and every single improvement that you've had, you never enjoy your journey, especially not as entrepreneur. Do not give up. Celebrate your success as small as they are, and know that the challenge is going to be there all the time. Might not be the challenge that you have today, but it's going to be another type of challenge, and these are all sign of growing and being successful. Okay, until next one.